Hi, algebra students. Today we are looking at multi-step equations, but before we get into those, I have a few warm-up problems for you, just a reminder of what we've been doing over the last few lessons. For number one, we have a two-step equation. So in order to solve for x, we need to subtract 7 on both sides. So 3x is equal to 12, and then divide both sides by 3. So x is equal to 4. It's really important that you write out your steps for these problems. In number two, we'll subtract 9 on both sides. 24 minus 9 is 15, so 5x is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to 3. In number three, I'm going to add 9 on both sides. 11 plus 9 is 20. If I have b over 2, that's b divided by 2, so I want to multiply both sides by 2. These 2's cancel out, so b is equal to 40. So those are solving two-step equations. Down here, we're going to combine like terms. You want to look for the ones that are the same. Now, when I was reviewing your work, I noticed that if there was an x, you put all the x's together. That's not quite right. You have to keep the x's with different exponents separate. So negative 2x squared and negative 1x squared come together to be negative 3x squared. And then 3x and 4x come together to be 7x. And then on the end, I have that 6 all by itself. So a few people were trying to add the negative 3x squared and the 7x, but you can't do that. They're two separate things. So this is your answer, this whole thing, just like that. And then yesterday's lesson, or the last lesson, was distributing. So 3 goes to x, so that's 3x. 3 goes to the 2, so that's 6 when we multiply, plus 4x minus 9. And then you combine like terms again. So 3x and 4x become 7x. And then, let's put green, 6 and negative 9 become negative 3. And that's your answer. So that's a good review right there. I'm going to leave a two-step equation question here for you to try. All right, solving multi-step equations. We want to simplify each side of the equal sign by combining like terms and or using the distributive property, and then use the inverse operations to isolate the variable. So these just have a little bit more work with them, but that's okay, we can handle it. When I look at letter A, the first thing I need to do is combine like terms. 8x minus 3x is 5x. Rewrite the problem. There we go. Now it's a two-step equation like we used to have, so we add 10 on both sides. So 5x is equal to 30. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to 6. Now, I know some of you have access to apps that can help you out, or an older brother or sister. It's really, really important that I see your work. I need to see the steps all written out. If I just see 6 as the answer, I don't know where it came from. So make sure that you're writing out your steps. For letter B, I'm going to combine like terms first. 9x minus 2x is 7x. Bring down the plus 4 is equal to 32. Then we subtract 4 on both sides. 32 minus 4 is going to be 28. Divide both sides by 7. 28 divided by 7 is 4. There you go. On the back of these, we are going to combine like terms first. Remember, this is a 1 in front of the y. So 1y plus 2y is 3y. Minus 3 is equal to 6. Do the adding and subtracting step first. So add 3 on both sides. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Divide both sides by 3, so y is equal to 3. In letter D, I see 2w, so 11w minus 7w is 2w minus 9 is equal to 15. Adding and subtracting comes next, so I add the 9. 2w is equal to 15 plus 9, which is 24. Divide both sides by 2, and w is equal to 12. Getting the hang of this? I hope so. In letter E, combine like terms, 2x minus 7x is negative 5x equals 35. And again, if you're using your calculator or a calculator on your iPad or your phone, that's fine. Use it to help you out. Adding and subtracting comes next, so add 5 to both sides. Negative 5x is equal to 40. Divide both sides by negative 5, and x is equal to negative 8. All right. I am going to leave you with 4 problems to try. So take a minute, try these out, and then come back and check your answers. All right, so let's check our answers. For letter A, 6x and 4x are like terms, so I added those together and got 2x. I subtracted the 2 on both sides, then I divided by 2 and I got x equals 8. For letter B, my like terms are 7x and negative 3x, so together those make 4x plus 3 equals 37. I subtract 3 on both sides, so 4x is equal to 34. I divided by 4. Now on this one I got 17 over 2, or maybe if you put it right in your calculator, you got 8.5. So decimals could happen. It'd be a good idea to check your work, but it is possible to get decimals. For number 6, 6y plus 2y, or excuse me, plus a negative 2y is 4y minus 8 equals negative 16. Add 8 on both sides. Divide by 4, so y is equal to 2. For letter D, negative 4 plus 1m is negative 3m plus 2 equals 23. Subtract 2 on both sides, so negative 3m equals 21. Divide by negative 3, and we have a negative 7. So right here, I'm going to have you try 2 more multiple choice questions about multi-step equations. All right, how'd you do? I hope you did well. For these examples, we're going to do the distributive property. So this was the last lesson. Remember, if this 2 is in front of the parentheses, we distribute it through. So 7x plus 2x plus 12 is equal to 39. 7x plus 2x is 9x plus 12 is equal to 39. Subtract 12 on both sides of the equal sign. So 9x is equal to 27. Divide both sides by 9. X is equal to 3. So again, lots and lots of steps. It's really important I see your work. Really, really, really important. Letter B is the same idea, but when we distribute, it's not just 2, but it's a negative 2. This whole thing is glued together. So 6x, negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10 is equal to 46. And so 6x minus 2x is 4x plus 10 is equal to 46. Subtract 10 on both sides. 4x is equal to 36. Divide both sides by 4, and x is equal to 9. For letter C, distribute the 4. It's order of operations, so remember those parentheses come first. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is 20 equals 31. Combine like terms, the 3 and the 20, so 4x plus 23 equals 31. Subtract 23 on both sides. 4x is equal to 7, 8. Let me think about that. Divide both sides by 4. X is equal to 2. In letter D, distribute the 2. So 5m plus 2m plus 2 is equal to 23. 5m plus 2m is 7m plus 2 is equal to 23. Subtract 2 on both sides. 7m is equal to 21. Divide both sides by 7. So m is equal to 3. And in letter E, distribute the negative 3. So 27 equals 3x minus 18 plus 6x. Combine like terms. 3x plus 6x is 9x minus 18. add 18 on both sides. So 27 plus 18, 14, 15, 1, 45 equals 9x. Divide by 9, x is equal to 5. And letter F has a fraction. No big deal, we treat it the same way. 2/3 x. 2/3 minus 12 is going to be 8. You can use your calculator to help out if you want to. Equals 10. Then I add 8 on both sides. So 2/3 x is equal to 18. Now, when I was looking over some work on our fraction problems like this, a student had told me, well, their teacher last year had them multiply by the bottom. I was telling you to just use your calculator, but yeah, multiply by the bottom. So when you do that, the 3's cancel out. So 2x is equal to 3 times 18 is 54. Divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 25, 26, 27. X is equal to 27. There you go. So these have more steps, and it's so, so, so important that you write out your work for me. Those of you that are typing, it might be a little bit messy to do some typing. So if you can mark up the PDF, that might be a little bit easier. If you have access to a stylus, even just one from the dollar store, a little one would help with the writing. But I do want to see your work. All right, so I have 6 problems here. I'm going to pause the video, let you try these, and then come back and check your work. All right, so solve using the distributive property. In letter A, I distributed the 3 on both sides of the parentheses. I combine like terms 5x plus 2x, 3x plus 2x is 5x plus 12. Subtracted 12 on both sides, and x equals 3. In letter B, I distributed the -3, so 4x minus 3x minus 6 equals 10. 4x minus 3x is 1x. I added 6 on both sides. X is equal to 16. Letter C, I multiplied both sides by 2. So 14 plus 2x minus 6 is equal to 40. I combine like terms. 14 minus 6 is 8. I subtracted 8 on both sides. 8 is equal to, x is equal to 16. In letter D, I multiplied both sides by 2. So 5x plus 22 minus 2x is equal to -5. Combine like terms, 5x and -2x is 3x. Subtract 22, -5 minus 22 is -27. X is equal to -9. In letter E, multiply by -5, -10y plus 35. 2y, after I combine like terms, subtract 35 on both sides. I have a -38 divided by 2 is -19. Now letter F worked out a little funny. If we multiply through by 3/4, I have 3/4 x minus 15 equals 8. Then I added 15 on both sides, so 8 plus 15 is 23. Now to handle that fraction, I multiply by the bottom, which was the 4. 23 times 4 is 92. But then when I divide by 3, I get a fraction on this one as well, or a decimal. A little bit unusual, but not the end of the world. That is entirely possible. So as a reminder, if you filled out the notes, you can upload those and I'll award you extra credit. Anything in Unit 2 and beyond for the notes is extra credit. Unit 1, I wanted you to fill out. And then I'm going to leave you 2 more practice problems here and look for some more practice in Delta Math. So I think we're getting the swing of things. I hope the workload is a little bit more manageable. Let me know if it's not. And remember, if you owe me work, I will still take it. Please, please, please turn that in. Have a great day.